Ooh. ThouxanbanFauni, I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard. Tune in. Clair Voyance out now. Y'all check that out. Stream all platforms.
Dead in the straight, yeah. Pick up the pace, yeah. Baptized in a drink in a red. Just got saved, yeah. Best believe.
How are you, Fauni? How are you doing?
I'm great.
No, when you first came in, your hoodie, the pants, can you tell me who that is?
This is Clan Life. My niggas Nassim, Napalm, and no, yeah. So these pants is from some homies of mine, practically family. And the hoodie, I wish I could remember, but it's from these kids. They had I think they sent it to me in the mail. I wish I could remember because I love this shit. But they got the Blue Eyes White Dragon and shit, so shout out to them. Now,
I was creeping on your Instagram and I saw that you be dressing. Like, are you really big into fashion?
Yeah, I like the, dabbing.
And you're out here in Atlanta. What are you working on out here?
I just came to visit my family for real, just to check up on them. I ain't seen them in some months. So.
Now, where are you originally from?
I was born in Chattanooga, Tennessee, yeah. But I kind of was like backpacking when I came to Atlanta. Like,
and how was it? Stable. I'm sorry.
No, you good. Yeah, I just wanted to stable.
How was it for you growing up in Tennessee?
It was cool. It was, I guess, all my cousins, I got a lot of family out there. But between being back and forth from Tennessee and Georgia, it was cool though.
And how old were you when you officially jumped off the porch?
Like 14. I want to say 14, but it felt like it was younger than that. Just because being back and forth between both of these two states. Like, I done got in so much trouble and shit. I remember when I got my first stitches, I was in Tennessee because I was with my big cousins and they was like fucking around with these poles and shit. And I was trying to be like them. They was like big. So I was trying to like prove myself to these niggas and shit. And I ended up like busting my forehead right here. So I got like stitches. This is like where I got my first stitches on my forehead.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And so you said you were at least like 14 when you officially jumped off, like 14, 15?
Yeah, officially, yeah. I'm gonna say that.
Officially. So like what has been the craziest thing that's happened to you around that age?
Just, I guess, being homeless type shit, for real, like. Cause in high school, junior high-ish, around 2018, that's when, like, shit took a critical turn for me. Like, I really realized I had to be the man in my family type shit. I guess I had a self-awareness moment, realization.
And how exactly did rapping start for you?
Real good. I like, when you be playing around and shit at the lunch table and all that, or you be joking with your friends and then it kind of develop into something, a passion, I guess, through like my actual pain. I ended up using it to express like how I feel in a weird way without talking to a therapist, but I guess the beat kind of the therapist.
And who were you listening to growing up?
What really had turned me out was Ludacris, Chicken and Beer. Yeah, the explicit version. That was like the first explicit rap album I listened to. Cause my mom, she didn't want me listening to none of that. But my one of my buddies, he had got one from his dad who was locked up. So his dad sent him the Ludacris Chicken and Beer album, and we was bumping that over the summer and shit. So it was cool. I had really listened to a whole lot of radio music, just cause, it was censored and shit. My mom didn't want me to be like exposed to that type of world and shit, but it ended up surfacing towards me.
So your mom must have been really religious, huh?
She more spiritual now, but she was more, I'll say, you know, she was just a parent, like single mother. So she was just trying to do her best as a single mother to make sure I had, you know, all my screws on tight, you know.
So as you got older, have you developed like her side of spirituality?
I understand her spirituality. And she, you know, to this day, you know, she becomes a better mother by the day. So, you know, she's growing, I'm growing, and, you know, we growing with each other. So how it was then ain't how it is now, you know.
And I'm sure, well, I saw that you were independent, and I'm sure like a lot of labels have been after you. Why do you think you've chosen to stay independent for so long?
It just seemed like for me personally, it just feels like it's the right way to go.
And I want to talk about your new album that you just dropped, Clairvoyance. I don't know if my Texas accent is like interfering with the name, but what was the inspiration behind Clairvoyance?
Clairvoyance, the inspiration behind it, for the most part, just like having a sixth sense type, almost like, you know, we got 5 senses, but I feel like I had kind of gained 2 extra senses, like between it being my intuition and my instinct, you know, just kind of like, you know, that gut feeling when something feels right, something feels wrong, and leaning towards that more instead of being hesitant towards it. Because going with a gut instinct or my intuition has been better for me when I actually go along with it, you know, as far as me being safe or aware or alert.
So it was like whatever you were going through at that moment, you basically had an awakening, and then you came out and dropped a bomb-ass album.
Kind of, you know, I want to say like awakening, like not like an enlightenment, but as far as the mood of that project, yeah.
And I saw your visual for Deja Vu, which is supposed to release as well. How did you come up with the concept for that? Because I'm gonna tell you now, it was real like tripped out.
Yeah, it's a pretty trippy video, but I had got inspired from the movie Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, and what was it? Edge of Tomorrow. It's like Edge of Tomorrow, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, and like a little bit of the Truman Show, a little bit, like 3 mixed into one for one video. Just as far as like a recollection of memories or trying to erase like the past, old relationships, this, that, and the third.
And I also saw that you had a collaboration with Yachty. Y'all collaborated on Tokyo Drift. And I know prior to that, you guys had a little beef going on. How did you guys manage to come together and squash your beef?
We recorded that song. It was the same day X had died. So we decided like to get over a little past petty shit and just go up, be leaders, you know, see the bigger picture.
So how was it whenever you guys were working on the song together? Was it a little awkward or?
It was a Kodak moment. It was funny, but you know, grown men, we on some grown man shit now. So.
I was watching an interview that you did, and I noticed that you spoke on how you weren't afraid of like what people would think of your music, and you just dropped. How do you manage to have that mindset?
Tunnel vision, just being focused on what got me here in the first place and continuing to have that same focus and that same drive and never losing sight of it.
You know, I wish I was like you, because I'd be like, I don't want to drop this because I don't know what people are going to think of it. But like when you said that, it really inspired me to just not care what anybody thinks and just drop all of it.
Yeah, I would be real hesitant on a lot of my releases because, you know, I'm really my biggest critic. But at the same time, it's this anxiety to just get out all this stuff I've been holding up, like just hoarding on the music. And I'd rather just have people experience it, even though, you know, I want them to have the highest quality content that's coming from me. So it's always just a double negative when it comes to dealing with that. But for the most part, I enjoy giving out myself to the world, you know.
That's awesome. And you have a character on San Andreas. How did you get that?
Can't even tell, man.
Dang.
It's my boy. No, my boy though. I work with Theory Production, and Theory, they got a lot of young kids that's part. They just fuck with my campaign, so you know, they do what they do. I give them I'll pitch my idea, and you know, they'll kind of just see what they can do. But it's really the young kids who talented as far as, you know, the computer coding, you know, the visualizers, everything for this album I dropped. As far as visuals, like the visualizers or the animations, they all been from like young kids, like 17, 14, 15, 19. So gotta definitely be in contact with all age groups. So
basically, you don't even have to pick a player because you are one of the players.
It's funny how he did it. Like he really made me a San Andreas character. Like I thought it was like a program, but he used the actual game and he like hacked the game. So it's cool how he did that.
Oh wow, that's dope.
Yeah.
And I also saw that you were thinking about opening up a sanctuary for lost youth. And I really want to know what your inspiration is for that, because it's not too many rappers that say stuff like that.
Yeah. As far as, I don't know. I just feel like it's a lot of artistic people, especially, in the South right now. And it's just a lot of misdirection and misguidance, but possibly with, you know, proper coaching or just speaking to people or trying to get to know, you know, their struggles and their hardships and realizing, you know, we're not really so different. You know, a lot of us have the same struggles and hardships, or we have a lot of the same insecurities. And, you know, I think me exploiting my insecurities to, you know, all of my listeners or my audience, to let them know that, you know, we're really not that different.
Now, if you could go back to your younger days, what is something that you would change?
Maybe a couple of the people that I trusted. There's a few people I trusted that I shouldn't have trusted. But that's like an internal issue that I have with myself, because I always give people the benefit of the doubt. But I gotta like calm that shit down.
You giving me real Virgo vibes right now. Are you a Virgo?
Nah, I'm a Libra.
Oh.
Libra boys.
Now, on the topic of, like you said, trusting people, how do you personally spot out the fake from the real?
It's like a thin line when it comes to fake and real, because it's how we perceive phoniness, and then it's like some people just have like walls to protect they self, you know, and you gotta respect people's walls or the boundaries they set. Like everybody has their own boundaries, but as far as my radar for bullshit, it's pretty quick.
Now, what advice would you give to creatives who have been affected by COVID-19?
I mean, we all affected. Everybody. I can't even do no shows right now, but you gotta just kind of be creative with what's given to you, you know, the predicament you in, whatever predicament you in, you gotta use your resources. Because I mean, for some people, this could be crippling, but for a lot of people, they could be taking advantage of it. You got to take advantage of the moment. Like, they out here giving out unemployment checks. I got some homies who making more on unemployment than their regular jobs, you know? So you got to use everything to your advantage.
And so, like, what's one show that you absolutely miss doing?
The festivals, Rolling Loud, Day and Night. I love Day and Night. They treat me good over there. I miss touring. I was supposed to go on a tour, but we had to push a lot of tours back because of what's going on. But it's nothing.
So, like, I'm sorry, but when you first performed, did you ever have like stage fright or anything like that, or you just went out and did it?
It's butterflies every now and then, but it's part of the process. Like some nights I don't feel nothing. I just do it. Like I'm on autopilot or something, you know, like the momentum from the audience, from the crowd, like it's like there's energy. I feel their energy, they feel my energy. And we kind of just, you know, like those bars that they had in physics class or whatever, or science class, the bars and the energy just flows from ball to ball. That's kind of how it is when I perform. So it's great.
Now, in your times of discouragement, like what is one thing that you do to pick yourself up?
Listen to a beat. Just listen to a lot of beats. And, you know, just try to get my mind straight, try to clear my mind. Probably just got a lot cluttered up in the moment, and I just need to, you know, relax.
Dead in the straight, yeah. Pick up the pace, yeah. Baptized in a drink in the red. They got saved, yeah. Best believe, they fake it and fake, yeah.